When was the first
that.
time you were in this country anyway?
Oh God, it had been a late mid 1980s, late 80s, and it was building up. We were doing. I remember I first got to the UK in London, and being from New Jersey, it was like New York, Philadelphia was right my backyards. Going to London was like a shock to me because I didn't know there was another city bigger than New York. So it was funny, man. I remember getting to the airport and saying, "Hey, I had to stay at the Holiday Inn at the Lexington Square." And I called the hotel, finally got changed, called the hotel. I'm like, "Hey, what's the best way to get to your hotel?" She's like, "Just take the tube, love. Take the tube." And I'm like, "The tube?" I'm like, she kept saying that. And I'm like, "Wasn't there a train or something I could take around here or somewhere?" And she's like, "No, just take the tube." I'm like, "Ma'am, what do you mean? The tube like the Jetsons and stuff? Like I get it, something just shoot you there." No, love, the train. I say, "That's what I've been asking." I'm like, but what an experience. And it was building all the way up to that big show when we started hitting, Europe a lot in the late 80s. And in London, 92, Wembley Arena,
Oh yeah, of
Wembley.
course.
And we did the Summerslam there, which was fantastic, with 82,000 people with Bret Hart and, Bulldog going at it in the main event. Actually, Joe Morella did that match, so it was pretty cool.
I was going to mention like two things to remember obviously is Brett and Davey, because any Englishman worth his soul will remember that match if they're a wrestling fan. But also it was the time when Hawk just completely disappeared.
Right. And it was good times in Europe. In the UK, we used to sell out everywhere, and just UK has got a great fan base. Love performing for the UK and all over the UK. And England is just a fantastic country, and I miss the banoffee pie. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what, just because you mentioned SummerSlam, right? I've got a list of questions as long as your arm. And
You got it.
I never ask like 2/3 of them because we just end up going through it and everything. But
Right.
since you brought up SummerSlam '92, you've got to give us like the full day of just beginning to end, because it's such a special event. Any wrestling fan around here loved it.
Yeah, 92, like I went out there a week prior to the show because we had to make sure all the ring parts were out there, and I was set up the ring too as well in refereeing. Actually, I did have a match on in SummerSlam, but had a great time. Got there a week early. I must have spent I went to Harrods. I thought everything was basically the same price, and everybody told me England's going to be a lot more expensive. But I'm like looking at the sneakers, these pump sneakers, and they were $99. Let alone when I spent probably 2,000 American, it was like 40 something hundred on my credit card. It's like double the price. I didn't really understand the exchange. Even being in Europe for a few years, it was just it was a lot of fun though, drinking all out of my mini bar and then thinking all these bottles cost me double the price in American, so. But I had a blast. The show was 82,000 people plus. It was a phenomenal show. I remember one thing that really broke out was Undertaker's entrance. That entrance was phenomenal there at Wembley Stadium. And I think it was a very successful show, and it really kicked off. I think that show there kicked off wrestling in the UK. Really kicked it off.
Yeah, there was. It was on Sky. You'll be familiar with Sky
Sky
TV. I think Sky bought Superstars, like maybe '89 or '90. It was briefly on ITV Channel 3,
Right.
and then Sky snapped it up in like '89, and then just for whatever reason, just wrestling just went. I mean, that's why they ended up bringing it here in the first place. Was because there was
Right.
so much viewership on quite a niche station at the time as well.
Yeah, Sky Sports was huge. Getting on there. So and just after that, it was just we had great time slots on TV, with Sky and everything. So it was a huge network in Europe and the UK and stuff there. So that's where wrestling I think just blew up after that. So and then we love doing the tours every 2 months, out of the year. We'd go around for 17 days and do all over England, everywhere.